Hey, what's up, guys? It's Steven, your event director, host, and MC, and we are here for the 10th Annual Asians on Film Festival of Shorts 2021. And we're joined here by the director and animation supervisor of Firstborn. Guys, what's up? Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having us.
Totally. So this is Bruce here, and you are the director of Firstborn. And Firstborn is about a son trying to get the approval of his father, all the while the sister is more talented, or I should say a little more crafty or
Yeah.
Skilled in martial arts. But without telling more about the film, tell us the synopsis.
Yeah, so the synopsis is about a boy who's trying to prove his worthiness to his father through an upcoming kung fu tournament. But what he learns from the tournament is that he just got to learn how to have confidence in himself.
Okay, great. And then what was your inspiration and motivation to make this? Are you a
Yes.
martial artist? Do you have a battling sister that you're trying to compete with?
Yeah, so I'm the only child. So the story is actually inspired by Aerik's story. He's our co-writer for the film too. So Aerik could emphasize on the story more.
Cool.
So,
Aerik, take it away. I co-writer and also animation supervisor. Go ahead, Aerik.
Yeah. So I actually have a younger sister. We have a really great relationship. My entire family has a super awesome relationship with one another.
Cool.
But I want to say a couple years back, she's a dancer. Just kind of give a little more background there. She's a very skilled dancer. She goes to a lot of different competitions with her school, her dance team, and we're all really proud of her for it. And at the time too, she was also doing really well in school. She was getting really high marks on her grades, on tests, and all that good stuff. And we were actually out at a dinner with my grandparents. And I think my sister casually mentions that, oh yeah, I'm like kind of the top of the class, quote unquote. And you know, grandparents are related. They're like,
no way to humbly say that. If you say that, you're kind of showing up straight up.
You know, everyone's saying like good job and all that. And you know, I'm kind of like just sitting here eating my food, trying to, you know, not to put the spotlight on me. And my mom kind of she didn't say it to be mean. She was trying to like lift my spirits up a little bit, but she said like, oh, Aerik, it's okay if you're not in first place all the time.
Wow.
Yeah. And so obviously that was kind of like, oh, okay. You know, and I get what you're saying, but you know, it's still kind of
yeah. So like when Aerik told me that story, I was like, you know, I think a lot of people could relate to that. You know, like a lot of siblings will compare each other, you know, just to get their, you know, show their like potential to their parents. And then so I also want to mix my martial art background because back in high school I did a lot of kung fu tournaments. So I wanted to do a project, a film that me and Aerik could be passionate about. It's like two of our stories come together. So that's how we created Firstborn. Yeah.
Okay. Great background, great inspo there. So I want to talk with Aerik, and it's great that we have the animation supervisor here and co-writer as well. Aerik, what were some of your choices for those that hopefully have linked and subscribed that they can watch this film, but this animation, what were some of the choices of choosing the colors and the filters? Because they're same, but they're not the same throughout the entire film.
Yeah, so that was a deliberate choice that we made on our part. When we were developing the film, we really wanted to focus on the martial arts section of the film. So we wanted to have that separation of like, you know, the calmness of the beginning, but once we get into the martial arts, then it starts to become a lot more lively and energetic and a lot of energy in it. So with that, we definitely wanted to influence the colors of it. So when we were choosing the colors, we wanted it to be somewhat desaturate, but like not full black and white. Still kind of giving those hints of like kind of parchment tones to it. And then once we got into the kung fu part where colors started to come in, we really kind of wanted to sell kind of a fantasy side of it too. So we obviously went for more saturated, more bright yellows, and you know, there's a saturated green backgrounds for like the fantasy background that you see when Arthur goes into his fantasy world to kind of finish off his kung fu set.
So we had the mother, or excuse me, the brother and the sister, and then we also had a father.
Yeah.
which we don't know really who he is, and I won't spoil it of the choice of what you decided. But why don't we really know who the father is, if you know what I mean?
Right. Justin, you want to talk about that part? Because
Yeah.
this
So
is a choice that Justin wanted to have.
yeah,
Okay, go
because
for it.
yeah, so why I just didn't want to show the face is because I want to make him more, not more of a menace, but it just gives like this like gives the audience, questioning why can't we, I want the, the audience to like really question, like, why can't we see his face? Like, I just want to make him like an antagonist, but not an antagonist. And I feel like we don't, because like we were inspired by other shows, like, how like in Powerpuff Girls or Ed and Eddie or Charlie Brown, you never see the parents' face, right? You just see like they're just their body, and I kind of want to give that effect too. And like, and I mean, another simple answer: we just didn't want to animate another character,
Hey, that's
but
completely
I thought it gives like it gives it an effect where it just makes the audience want to like. I really want to give them like have the curiosity. I want to know how this dad looks like, but you just never see it. And as a kid, it's like at their eye level, so
yeah,
in the screen you don't really see their face a lot, right? It's like
good
they're all so
choice. Yeah,
big,
I understand now.
and
Gave
I
him
just like
more.
making it dark
Yep.
and show him like he's just like this force that
Yes. Yeah.
Arthur is getting all his like anxiety and just want to make him proud, but he can he just looks up to him and
Definitely
all
a more
that.
feared and authoritative figure.
Yeah, more
And, and
authoritative. That's
Yeah.
what we wanted to do.
and you chose to make him a certain body type that
Yeah.
really added to that. So hey,
Yeah.
where can we find your social media to learn more about you and your work and to follow you, and also to watch this film?
So we have our Instagram, firstborn_film. We also have a Facebook page called Firstborn by Jade House. And we're right now, it's not in the public for the film, but we're going to release it on our YouTube channel called Jade House Productions and Vimeo, hopefully by summer 2021. Yeah.
Great. Well, we look forward to that. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining us here today. Again, watch Firstborn. It's a great sibling rivalry and a really good animated film. Want to
Thank you
thank
so much.
Justin, Bruce Lee, and Aerik as well for joining today. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely.